So about 4 days ago, I released a video about plans for the new owners to build a new stadium for Newcastle, and I discussed what I thought was a possible location for that new stadium. So since then, Amanda Staveley and Mehrdad Qudusi have been interviewed on The Athletic and put some matters to bed and clarified some things. So the purpose of this video is to, first of all, say that I got it wrong. I got it actually badly wrong, and I wanted to apologise for getting it wrong. I didn't and haven't set out to deceive anybody. I sincerely thought I was on the right track with that one, along with thousands of other fans, actually. But also, as well, illustrate at a personal level how autism for me can sometimes get me into hot water. Some of you may know I was diagnosed as autistic at age 54 in March last year, and it's a learning disability, and I don't like the word disability. I think it's a bit unkind and unfair to autism, but it causes learning difficulties in how people who are autistic interact with the world and sometimes people around them, and it can sometimes it can cause some difficulties. But it's a double-edged sword for me and for most autistic people. It's a blessing and a curse. It comes with some gifts, but also can substantially take away from other aspects of your life. So I've set up this channel centering around football and history and culture, and you'll never know, the barriers I've had to push through in order to get to this stage. It's been my biggest achievement in life to do this. It's been really hard at times. But the central premise of me channel is authenticity, is that I'd like to think, and I hope I come across as being grounded and authentic. I don't set out to mislead. I don't look at grabbing your attention through clickbait. I don't come up with half-baked ideas and think I'll throw out a video just to stimulate some views. I research things as thoroughly as I can, and where I have an opinion on something, I'll say this is an opinion. In terms of this subject matter, I was absolutely convinced of what was going to happen in terms of a new stadium. But also I want to clarify that if you've been watching me videos, I cover history and culture. So central to me as a person is the history and culture and the tradition and the heritage of Newcastle in the Tyneside area. It's really important, and I've stated 4, possibly 5 times, including the video that I just did, that how important Newcastle United and St James's Park is to Newcastle city centre. It's as Amanda and Mehrdad say, it's the heart and soul. But what I was talking about in my videos is what I thought was part of their wider business plan, and I suppose in a small scary way, it's I've overestimated the grander plan of the owners and taken nothing away from the owners. Don't get me wrong, they've been brilliant and amazing for Newcastle United. They're going to take us in some fantastic directions, and things are really bright. But they're going to make some mistakes. But personally, I think I've overestimated the grander plan. What I'm not taking away is Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 and the Public Investment Fund. That's what the Public Investment Fund is, and that's what it's for, to stimulate revenue streams in Saudi Arabia as part of their economic project. So I'm not taking that away. That's well documented. You can do your own research on that. That's not an opinion. You check it out on their own website. I'm apologising for getting this wrong about the new stadium, and I thought it was just important for me to just push out a little video to let you know that I haven't set out to mislead. So a couple of things I'm going to do from now is one, I come off Twitter. I was on for about a month or 5 weeks or whatever, and I have in the past 3-4 years ago been on Twitter and spent a lot of time on it, so I'm not a stranger to it. I thought I'd come back on from a business perspective as part of my channel, and nothing's changed. In fact, it's worse. It's a mosh pit. And I do recognise that in amongst the Twitter world, there are gems of individuals and information that comes out of it, but For me, it's like a fly-in-the-wall camera on a primary school classroom. It's just full of childish bickering and name-calling and bullying and sniping. A lot of nonsense that are being discussed, and for me, I just can't bear any of it. It's just, I've come off it. In wider terms as well, I think it just brings so much deterioration into people's lives. It's just full of narcissism and attention seeking, and I've just come off. Secondly, I think I've learned a lesson from the comments that I receive, because I'm autistic. Sometimes I can come across as a bit matter of fact, a bit blunt sometimes. I don't mean to be, but I can see it causes a little bit of friction now and again when somebody puts a comment on that perhaps hasn't come across very well from their point of view. I don't respond to those messages very well. And so from going forward, I'm not going to respond to any messages, because the way I'm wired, I've either got to respond to them all or just not at all. So I will read all your messages. I do really appreciate all the messages that I received, you know, and the time it's taken, but I either have to respond to them all or none at all. So I'm not going to respond to any of them. I will read them all. I'll probably put a thumbs up, or I'll give it a heart or whatever. I would encourage you, if you wanted some, if you really wanted to engage with me, you know, find the email address on my about page and send us a message, and I'll quite happily converse with you. But I'm not going to make any more comments, and I'm just going to see how it goes. It's been a little bit of a setback, or quite a big setback for me. It makes us look, that video that I've pumped out makes us look like a bit of an idiot, which has hit hard, and I just wanted to clarify exactly where I stand. And I got it wrong. I apologise for getting it wrong. I haven't set out to mislead anybody, and I just want you to know that I'm doing my absolute best to bring you some informative and sometimes entertaining content, and I'm going to continue to do that, and just ask for some patience and understanding. And I just wanted to thank you again for all your support so far.